Good afternoon. Judy Hansen here, and with our third installment this month on our 2 blocks we're doing, and they're applique blocks. And we're trying to cover everything so you just love them, especially you new people to applique. We want you to love it. So we are doing, we just did a video a few minutes ago on the hibiscus, and that's one way of doing the applique. Very simple. Cut the whole piece out, but this one's a little bit trickier, but you can do it. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of Heron here. Tropical Paradise, you know, we still have a few vacancies, so join us. All right, so this is the one we're doing, and I'm going to go over some steps because on this one you're overlapping. How do you overlap? Think for a minute. This is actually all going to be done before it's put on the background. And the directions you get for cutting backgrounds are always oversized. You don't want to ever trim up a block till you've done all your stitching on it, and then you're ready to trim it up to size. Okay, so these are the fabrics you're getting, all those colors. And remember, our favorite product we use is Heat and Bond Light, and I've included a free package of this for you this month. That's how much I want you to be successful. And I'm picky about what products work for what applique. Okay, so in your book, you have got your patterns. Remember we talked about that, so you'll see your patterns, your directions, how to do that. And then you're going to go and you're going to find your applique pattern. You know, I can't say it enough. I love these books, and I'll sit there at night maybe, and if you want to trace ahead on some of these and you know it's an applique pattern, go right ahead. Okay, one of the tricks I did for you this month is you'll see there's something called registration lines. Here you can see right here it's a registration line, and what that simply means is these two lines need to be matched up. Well, I could have just left it for you to figure it out, but I did a little something extra for you. What I did is I've done a photocopy of these 2 pages. I didn't figure you would to tear up the book. And so what I've done, you're going to cut away one of the registration lines on one of the pages, okay? I did it all but the last little snip. Then you take, we're going to make sure you understand this. All right, we're going to take, here's our mat, here's this, and we're going to put these 2 patterns together. It's pretty simple, really. You're going to lay this on top, move it till it matches. The sides of the paper don't match exactly. You know, I have the printer to thank for this little mess up, but we can make it right, ideally. Okay, so we're going to line that up. What is it? Measure twice, cut once, tape once. And I'm going to make sure that lays right there. And you can kind of see it along here and along here. Have your Scotch tape handy. You need a little bit of Scotch tape this month. And I'm going to just tape it right like that. And this way you don't have to cut up your book or anything, or I don't have to worry if you have a copy machine or not. This way they're all done, and there you go. So now your pattern's actually all ready to trace. Got it? So we're going to do a little bit of it. We're not going to do the entire block. I'm going to do enough that I think you'll get it. But you know, I'm as easy to reach as an email, so never hesitate to do that. Okay, what we want to do is trace our patterns from this side. And remember, everything's been reversed. So the first one, we want to trace all of our patterns. And we got that all done, right? We started that in the last video. We started that. You're going to lay your bird on here. You're going to trace it. Mark any lines that are on there. Mark any dotted lines. Those are all the way that they're going to help you match everything up. Put the color, put the letter. If there's a number, the numbers tell you the order. There's a lot of information on that. Okay, then what I'd like to do, for example, here is the dark gray. There are several pieces with the G on them. It's just like a puzzle. If you like to do puzzles, you'll love to do this. All right, so here's the G. So here's all of them. Once I traced everything, I kind of did a loop around it, just a free loop. And that means, because what I'm going to do then before I move on is I'm going to cut out these, but I'm going to cut it out on that excess. Don't cut them right on the pattern or you'll have problems. Okay, now I'm going to show you what that problem might be. Okay, so we've got this all ready. We've traced them all. Here's my water. So now I'm ready. After I've fused it on there, see? I had the pattern. Now I'm ready to cut it out on the line. But don't cut it out on the line until it's fused on the fabric. Enough said. Rewind that 5 times so you don't forget it. Okay, so now here are my pieces. We're going to do the legs and the grass area. So now here's his skinny little legs. Uh-oh, did I lose a leg? No. Here's the legs I've done, and I cut those out after I had my excess. And then my grasses. And so what I did is as I traced it, I also grouped the colors, the same fabrics. Kind of made it easier. If you don't do that, it's okay, but it kind of makes it easy if you do that. And probably saves a little bit of fabric too. Okay, so here's what I've done. I cut out, didn't we cut out some of those? They're hiding under there. So I've cut out these, and do you see how they don't match now? Because they're not reversed. Okay, so let's cut out. Now, we've got our pattern ready, but we've got to do one more step. We're going to turn this over, and you're going to trace, because now once it's reversed, to have your final pattern, you need to be able to look at it the other way. All right? So, a trick, take a white piece of paper, lay it under your pattern, and see how easily you can see that? But if not, use the trick, go up to a window and trace the reverse. But whatever you do, you want to get that entire pattern traced on this side. So if you want to, when you start out, use this for placement side. And all you're going to do is just take and, is my pen out of ink? All right. And so on. You're going to trace the entire pattern on this side. All right, we're going to do the water. So now I've got it all reversed. Let's do it. Now, where is my pressing sheet? Remember I said you had to have the pressing sheet? Here it is. Now, here we go. We're going to start with positioning. Remember how to remove this? We're just going to take and score it. Remove that paper really easily. All right, and the glue is nice and sticky on that side. All right, we've got our other piece. Score it. Remove that. Now, I'll show you a trick I use with this because you can't really see. I don't have the other one cut. And you know, it's nature. Close enough is good enough, and you can just eyeball the pattern sometime and see what looks good. Or for those of you who are more type A and you want to have it in the exact place, you can go ahead and make sure you do that. Okay, so we're going to take these little pieces off, and they're trash. They can't be reused. And, okay, we're just going to do a little bit. But I want to take you through all the steps. So this is the same thing you'll do up here around the beak area. Can be a little, you're going to find it much easier now that you've done the second pattern there. And you're just going to do nice and slow, one layer at a time, assemble it. Okay, so this is going to go here. Oh, I'm going to need to move that up a little bit. Here are my legs. And so I have one leg here.